So all of these concepts are made to fight you. That's why your culture has to be important. You must know your culture. And the only way you can know your culture is by having a proper comprehension of your history.
Takes the stress or whatever you're feeling off your mind, but it's never like I never get to a point where I did have a point in time where I cried because it was just too much of it.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna shame me for it, come see me, But
come see us too.
We're fighting.
Come on, we'll post it up here. But anyway, it's like I felt the need to cry then because it was just too much. It was a whole year.
Yeah.
That's in context. It was a whole year, and it was towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I just started tearing up randomly because it's just too much, man. It's too much. But then, right now, no, I don't feel the need to cry. I don't know. It's nothing. I don't think it's anything to do with. Nah, it is. But like, I don't. If you're a guy, and you cry, tell me the reason why you cry.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Crying doesn't help it.
So it's not an outlet for you, basically.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not an outlet.
Okay.
So yeah, do you know an outlet in your life? Could you think of one? Or do you not really need to outlet?
Because like, what about like stress? Like when you're stressed, what do you do?
Or like when you're really angry, like what's your outlet?
To be honest, I don't get that angry. I don't get that sad.
Okay.
I feel like so ever since, I've mentioned this time and time again, but ever since 2019, that my outlook on life has changed so much that I really don't get mad. Like, obviously you get frustrated at certain things.
Yeah.
I don't get mad. Like mad at the point where man's heated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I have a very positive outlook on what I'm doing. Yeah. Just like, I'm in a joyous spot, and it's very hard to remove me from that joyous spot because it's like a lot of it's spiritual. I'm not gonna lie, because it's I've gone to a point where it's like I need that peace. Man's prayed, crying while praying doesn't count, does it? It does. To some degree. Yeah. Okay, then. It's
like an outlet.
It is because sometimes like. Okay, sometimes I've cried and think because I've thought of what I've gone through, and it's like, God, I really need you to help me out of this. Yeah. Man's crying.
Yeah.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
I've done that quite not often, but like let's say 2 times a month.
Yeah.
Or once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month.
Okay.
Big man things.
Big man things. And then cry that much, you see me? Yeah. But so I've cried like in those situations, but you guys cry like in your room type thing.
That's so sad the way you say it. Like, yeah, I guess so.
Like, where else do you cry?
Yeah, like you
can't
can't
cry in the living room.
Yeah, because if you do cry in public, I feel like I don't want to be pitied. Like, it's not a pity thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't want people to be like, are you okay? Like, what can I do? Like, just let me cry.
I don't like that attention of, like, if I'm going through something, don't be in my face.
Yeah. So you'd have to cry by yourself. Like,
100%.
Yeah. That sounds so sad.
It's not a sad thing, or it's not always a sad thing. Like, sometimes I don't know how I'm feeling, like, on the inside. Like, I can't.
Like, verbalize it?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how I'm feeling, and I'll just cry, and that helps.
Okay.
For some reason.
It's
weird.
Release.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Because it's like I can't I can't smash anything. I'm not gonna beat up anyone. Like, it's an emotional release. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's the only release that is acceptable and non-attention seeking in that way.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
There's that 2019 bit where I was going through heaps. There's times I'd lie on the floor,
Yeah.
It's hard carpet. It's not even the soft thing, Hard carpet. I'm not sure why I'm lying on the floor.
Yeah.
But because of how much I was angry at the situation, man was punching the floor. Right now it looks so stupid,
Yeah.
Like, because I was really frustrated. I think that's what guys do. It's like, take a walk. Because if I stay in a confined space, something's gonna get broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, there's those situations where my coping mechanism was sleep. It didn't help that much because I'd still wake up with the same problems.
Yeah.
it's like postponed 8 hours.
Yeah.
You still have the same issues you slept with.
And that's actually the saddest way of coping with
Do you
things.
know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really sad. Like going to sleep for that moment, I'll be okay because I'm not like really here.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really sad. Like that's...
It was...
deep.
I'm telling like, that was the rut.
Yeah.
Like I sleep late at night. And I feel like a lot of it had to do with my transition from getting my decisions made for me to making my own decisions.
Okay.
Because it was a situation where I had to be accountable for what I was doing rather than someone checking up on me, which I was used to.
Yeah.
And so once I got to that stage where I had to do things on my own and I couldn't cope, I thought that inviting anyone to help at that point is sort of a cop-out. Like, you need to do this by yourself. And so I didn't ask for any help. So that obviously was a mental burden, emotional burden, all of that, or spiritual burden, all that type of stuff, And then it was the first time I had my own room as well. Always shared a room with my little brother, if not all three of us. And so once I had my own room, you think that, like, imagine this, So, if for those who don't know, I lead worship at church, So, and you're supposed to be this, not supposed to be, but like naturally worship leaders are people that are so engaging. Like, what the people are, what the people are saying. Like, let me be like around you, not those type of things. And naturally, I think I'm one of those type of people that are sort of like, let's do something. Those ones. And so I do all that on a Sunday. People will say, "Oh, bro, church was good. You did so well, man. You did so well." Then I'd go to my room. I sleep at 2 a.m. Lights are on. Everyone's asleep. Lights are on. And then I'd go to sleep for a good 4 hours. That would be the only peace I had. Like, really, like, peace. Because I forgot about it. And then in the morning I'd wake up. Sometimes mom would drive us to the station or whatever. Because mom works in Caulfield, so she would drive us to Caulfield, and then we'd take, because it's just closer from there. And in the car while she's driving, there's traffic as well, so it's like a bit more time. It's silent. Mom doesn't play music like that, you know what I mean? So it's silent, Mom asked me, "Oh, is everything all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Sad thing, bro. Sad. Anyway, 2019 was a bad year, bro. It was a terrible year. But I had that. Coping, not really, but that's the way I coped with sleep. Sleep. That's whack, but sleep.
I found myself doing that before. It's bad.
It's bad. It's proper bad.
Yeah.
Let us know what other ways you guys cope with whatever you go through, because we all go through different stuff. Let us know what you cope with as well. Or I was gonna ask. So because you guys cry like once, twice a week, So stay on that. once a week, at least.
Whenever. I don't really count.
3-4 times. Do you ever like cry in the shower?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I have before.
Not
it's really dramatic when you're a person looking out.
But it's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Like, when you're in it.
Like right now, I'm just thinking, what are you doing? Like crying in it? It's mad.
But it's not like I'm choosing to cry in the shower. I'll just be thinking about life and then cry in the shower.
True.
It's not like it's not scheduled. It's not like okay, I'm going to the shower to cry. It's like now that I'm in the shower, it's like time alone, and you're just alone with your thoughts. So then, like you get deep in it, and you're like, damn.
That's true. Shower's like the perfect place to cry. It really is. Think about it. The water's just dripping. It's like in sync with your tears, like and steaming, like
rain,
it's just, yeah.
No, that's bad. Do you ever cry when you go? Do you ever cry when you go visit your therapist?
Like, yeah, but not as much as I do when I'm alone, because I'm not used to crying in front of people.
Oh yeah.
Like in general.
Yeah.
So like I just don't,
I don't
like
really,
crying in front of people like that.
Mm.
So I feel like it's hard, but like I feel like she wants like to poke that like emotionally, just so it's like
they do that a
release, like just like let it go, like. But then I'm like,
yeah,
like,
hold it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, cause she pokes at the stuff that I don't want to talk about. So obviously, naturally, then you're gonna be like, you're gonna get caught up in your emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like I've tried to stop saying I don't know, because I feel like it's like she'd be like, why are you crying? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, then it's like low-key I do know, but I just don't know how to verbalize it, or if I say it, like, don't know whether I'm gonna start crying, like, you know what I mean? It's like an in-between.
True.
But
therapy sessions be intense.
yeah, because they like they read you.
It's scary,
bro. Like they actually read you, like just like your body language when you like certain words, like even certain words, like why do you use that word associated with that person? Because it's not normally associated with them. You know what I mean?
There's an issue I have, so someone would ask me like one of those type of deep questions to poke at something. I feel like sometimes I talk but I'm chatting rubbish. Like I'd say
true, like you didn't really mean
I didn't really mean what.
So what if you like mess up and like, nah, that person's a coward, and like, why'd you use that word? But I'm like, no, I didn't actually mean it like that. And it's like,
but they can tell when they mean it though. Like they can tell when you mean it.
Okay,
You know
I guess
what I mean?
they're training and stuff.
Or they'd be like, why do you think that person's a coward? They'd get to like the bottom of like, why would you associate a coward with them? So what did they do? What was your experience with them?
Right.
And then they'll help you identify what's the appropriate way, whether the person's an actual coward. Because like I'll explain like my experiences with people, and then she'd give labels of what that behavior is. So it's like areas where I don't know how to explain, like this person's this or this person's that.
She has the right word for it.
Like if I explain the situation, she'll be like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Mad.
So that's good for clarity and stuff like
clarity, like understanding stuff, understanding.
Have you ever gone to like not a mental battle, but like collided with your therapist? It's like, no, that's not it.
I feel like I feel like I thought about it, like for real, like cause of how like I'll have like ideas of certain people, but when I tell it to them, I'm like, I don't see them like that, but like this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like they can I guess not conflict the idea that you think of someone, but then like tell you how it is from someone looking outside. You know what I mean?
It's from a different perspective.
It's like if you're around a toxic person continuously, you'll never really know that they're toxic. But if you tell someone else, they're like, yo, that's toxic behavior. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that. So that's when you like conflict, because you're like, they're not like that. But then the person's like, yo.
But what about something that you feel? So like so you give a scenario,
Yeah.
and then they've given you a conclusion of what you're feeling.
Yeah.
But then deep down you're like, it's not really what I'm feeling. I mean, you know, have you ever like got into? Because I feel like sometimes I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me what I'm feeling. I know what I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
She never assumes what I'm feeling.
Oh, okay.
She'll always get me to verbalize it. So she'll never tell me that you're feeling this. She'll just be like, what are you feeling? And just wait for me to say what I'm feeling.
Mad.
So she'll never like assume it, but she'll kind of give suggestions of the situation, but never what I'm feeling.
Okay.
So, like, your therapist, they give you solutions to your problems, right? Not solutions, but things that you can put on board, right?
Like, implement. They'll, like, question certain things. So, it's like, why don't you try this?
Yeah.
So, they'll never be like, do this.
Yeah, okay.
They'll just be like, try this and see how it goes. Or, like, what do you want to try? And then, like, see how they can, like, help you, like, implement that.
Yeah. Do you feel like what your therapist has told you to do you feel like you put everything on board?
I feel like, to some degree, yes. But it's, like, also, like, so like with what, so she'll tell me to do something, and like if I don't do it, she'll know that I wouldn't do it, but she just needed me to go through that so I could uncover that part to her. So it's like, you know, when so it'd be like, okay. So it's like, okay. So it's like, say, you know, someone doesn't like doing this activity. Yeah. But then they haven't verbalized that to you. So you get them to do that just so they can come back and tell you, verbalize it, because you don't want to assume. Like, so that they can come back and tell you, I didn't like doing that.
So it's like a tactic, a little game.
So like, somewhat it's a tactic, somewhat it's like, to some degree, just because it's like, I can't, sometimes I just don't know how to verbalize it. So it's like me going to try stuff, and it's like, okay, maybe this is how I'm feeling. Maybe this is why I couldn't do that. Or like I felt uncomfortable trying to do that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, mad. You'd get like, what is this, secondhand trauma or something? If you're like a therapist and just get to hear everything.
Everything.
It's just
that's a lot of weight. Like, that's someone's burden that you're like trying to fix.
It's,
I was alright, so basically I'm also a therapist, low key.
Yeah.
but I was cause like I every now and then, like, a friend will hit me up and say, I'm going through something. And I think it's because there's, I don't want to say I'm experienced, but it's just because, like, I've been that sort of person to them. Like, someone who's always helped. They'll sometimes come and confide in me. And I've always, not I've always, but someone mentioned to me that, like, going through heaps of stuff. Heaps, a lot. And it's basically like, it's a lot of stuff that's out of their reach. And so more time, it's not even like giving the burden to someone. It's about letting go of yours. I think, like, we end up letting it go by just talking about it. Some by praying, some by, like, screaming or crying in the shower. You know what I mean? So like, it's more of that like letting go of the burden rather than giving it to someone else. Because really and truly, I can't really take your burden, because even if I do, I won't take the full extent of what you're going through. Like, I won't feel what you're feeling. But it's just one of those ones, like, let go so that you're at peace of mind. Because what you're holding on to is mad. You know what I mean? 100%. So.
I was actually thinking this week, like, just about me and, like, how I deal with my emotions. And I'm seeing that, like, I'm getting better at it. And, like, now I, like, know my triggers. I know words that trigger me that certain people say. I know behaviors within myself that, like, are toxic and that maybe I could change. And, like, all these things, like, I know my emotions very well. And so I was thinking, do you guys think it's possible to be your own therapist? Or do you think you have to go to therapy?
No, I don't think you can be your own therapist.
I feel like you can, to some degree. It just depends how real you want to be with yourself.
Okay.
I feel like there's no way you can manage it by yourself. There's yes, you might be able to handle a few things, but there's no way you can. I don't feel like. So the way God created us, there needs to be someone else. There has to be someone else.
Obviously, like, you get advice from people and
not even advice, just like support. Support. Because the self-therapy, I don't know if it's a thing. It could be. But when there's points you reach where you're so submerged in whatever you're going through that you really can't see it from the outside in. That outside in opinion makes a lot of a difference. Because they don't see it like you see it because you're in the situation. You know what I mean? Like, I need someone to tell me I'm drowning. Otherwise, everything looks the same. That was a good metaphor. What? That was a good metaphor. I told you I'm a therapist, 30 years experience. So, like, to some degree, I get that you can work through things with sort of, I mean, people do the sage thing, people do the meditation and yoga or whatever, but the way we were created, you need someone. You need, even if that therapist that you go to, she needs someone too. she might know all these things. Imagine how we're all Christians, but then like, we know what it is we're supposed to do, but we don't do it. That's how tapped humans are. There's rules to follow, but we don't follow them. So we need police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's so it's a human nature. We're naturally hard heads. Like we don't want to follow instructions or do the right thing. So we end up messing up somehow. Yeah. So I feel like yes, we can help ourselves, but we need someone as well.
Yeah.
We definitely need someone.
But do you think ourselves or someone else has more of the impact on our change?
Yourself.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
nothing they can do to make you better.
Yeah. So would you say, like, when you say it's we need each other, like, what is that? Like, advice, support, or exactly like what a therapist is doing, like picking out things within you?
I feel like it's different things. Like you go to your friends when you're having a long week. You talk about it over tea or coffee or whatever you guys drink. Yeah. It's like tea is not a normal thing. But you would go in that situation.
Yeah.
But in another situation where it's like deep, you need to talk to a therapist.
Yeah.
Or if it's a minor thing, just cry in the shower.
Yeah.
You know, like with other things, like let me hold my dog and just sit here. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, one of those ones. Like
Yeah.
people have different for guys. Not speak for guys. For me, because guys cry. There's no shame in it.
Yeah.
But like to me, I think it's like I go basketball 1 day a week with all my work friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps because I feel like I've done something, and it gives me like the positive, like is whatever endorphins or whatever you release or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you feel it's exercise. I'm tired. I've done something. You know, and then on a Sunday it's like let me give myself away to God. Let me just commit the whole week to God, and then it'll be Monday and like let me commit this week. It's different things.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not just one thing that we need from people.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it sounds sad, but I pray for friends because the friends that God gives you as like certain things that they certain things that they go check real quick. Don't want to miss any of this content. Nice, but yeah, there's certain things that not everyone can provide.
Yeah.
There's some people that are multifaceted.
Yeah.
Like I could probably go to you for this and this, but there's something that you're missing that I can go to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But I feel like you can to somewhat do self-therapy because it's like at the end of the day, like my therapist can give me advice, but I'm the only one that can implement it.
Good.
You know what I mean? And as much as I like love my therapist to be able to be like, do this, do that, like she can't make those decisions or those assumptions. So I do believe like at the end of the day, like I still have to do a lot of work myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like to some degree it's like you get the second opinion on like what your situation is, and it's like now up to you to like acknowledge that and then like put steps in place to like make it a better situation overall.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where like I agree with like self-therapy to some degree is a thing because you do have to check yourself.
yeah. You make the decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Man could pull you into the water and can't force you to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I feel like with what I've noticed has helped me, like why I think self-therapy is possible is because like I like to sit down and like sometimes I don't know how I'm feeling, but I just sit and try and write questions that I could ask myself. Like, why am I feeling like this, for example? Would be basic
You
questions.
by any chance sit in front of
Yeah,
the mirror?
and I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't know, but I'll just sit with myself and just think.
Yeah.
And then I'll write it's like a brainstorm. So just write anything that you're kind of thinking while you're thinking, how do I feel?
Yeah.
And it kind of points you to different aspects and like you kind of can make a conclusion.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it is somewhat possible. But yeah, I feel like a second opinion is 100% important too.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
Yeah.
asking somebody else the same questions
Yes.
you asked yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to help acknowledge a situation as well. Sometimes you don't know what you're in. you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
He's
Emotions
one of
can
them.
get the best of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god. Anyway, I had another question on
Yeah.
crying here.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you'd ever get to? Would you allow yourself to cry on the podcast? Since
I
you got
would.
YouTube now. Since you got YouTube, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah?
Like, you got to be vulnerable. If I cry, I cry.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would if you cried,
Yeah.
would you want me to cut it out?
No.
No, yeah, I would. No?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think I could cry, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think for me to allow myself
Yeah.
to cry in front of our how many subscribers? 4.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a
Big
lot.
things.
I don't. The only time I've cried in public was when I lost someone.
Yeah.
And that was like,
Oh, you lost someone like when you were in public. Like you lost them.
oh no, when someone passed away. Sorry.
Yeah.
When someone-
Okay, sorry,
when
I like
someone-
laugh.
Yeah.
when I lost someone.
Yeah.
No, but it's just the that's the only time I could cry publicly because
Yeah.
everyone else was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
if you all cry, then maybe I might jump in and shed a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
tears.
yeah.
But like every single time,
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point where I could cry in public, or there would be a reason to be so frustrated. Yeah, man says, "Hey, what are you doing? Put yourself out of it. Don't be doing all that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something. It's not. I don't think it's a toxic thing necessarily, but I just don't like. No, it's a toxic thing because I don't like showing weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weakness is It's not the thing for me. So I'd rather. I wouldn't want you to see me in pain.
True.
I wouldn't want you to see me in a vulnerable position. So
Yeah.
man would just.
Yeah.
just flex real quick and then walk off.
Yeah. I feel like crying is like, it can be seen as weakness, but then for me, sometimes I find points in my life where I cry as like a form of connection. It's kind of weird, but like sometimes when I hear someone's story and it's like, it's inspiring or like sad, like I have to cry with them. And like to me, it makes me cry even more because I'm like, we're connecting right now because of the tears and the words and the, like there's some like, yeah.
See, I can't. If someone's, that's why I find an awkward position. Yeah, someone's opened up to me and they've started crying.
Yeah, I would cry with them.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not
Not
crying.
me.
I said never me, boy.
Yeah, so what are you going to say like when someone's crying? Would you be like, I'm so sorry?
No,
Or like, are you the one that's like, can we get the tissues?
I haven't been face to face. I've been on phone and someone's cried on phone, but I've never been face to face with someone and they've cried. I feel like that would be. I would definitely make sure they're okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like probably give them a hug or something. I don't know what to do at that point,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It is, and it's weird because like they'll be crying.
Yeah.
Their hands are over their eyes. You can't
Yeah.
really, like, what am I gonna just put my
Yeah.
arms over
Like a
you?
bear hug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like I'm not sure what will occur in
Yeah.
that. I definitely won't cry. I don't think there's someone who's said a story or
Yeah.
made me cry, but like even the other day at church, there was like a really, because I'm a Sunday school teacher, yeah, as well, multifaceted. See, I messed it up. Don't even worry about it. But
Yeah.
because Sunday school teacher, like, I have a few. I'm responsible for some kids. You know what I mean? It's something like a proud moment. I was about to cry. I said, "No, don't cry." So it's like I don't think I always need to. I don't think I need to. I don't think there's a need for me to cry. It must be nice crying in the shower, but I don't think I need to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, as long as you're not feeling restricted,
Nah.
Yeah.
then I guess
Nah.
there was a bit of hesitation.
Nah.
Yeah. There's a bit of
Just chat
hesitation,
rubbish.
but aside.
Chat rubbish.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, nah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't know. I feel like there's not enough. Like vulnerability nowadays is not seen as a leadership characteristic. So I feel like for me, a lot of the things that like I was leading in I had to step down because it wasn't a characteristic that was accommodated in leadership.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So like listeners, like those roles that I was in before, I stepped down from them because I literally like it wasn't something that I felt could be accommodated for in leadership. But then that's also needed because people need to see leaders.
But then it's calculated though, because you can't break in front of people you're leading.
But it makes you seem real though, like you're real. Like you go, it creates a point of relatability.
I'm not for showing that you're stolid and have no emotion.
Yeah.
But imagine crumbling in front of people. Then they question you. It's like, I mean, I get it that you have emotions as well, but because of your responsibility, there's no real, there's somewhat of a trust consequence when I see you crumbling when you're supposed to be the strong one. It doesn't mean that you're not strong crying, but like not strong enough to be alright.
But I don't think it's like you don't have to show that like you're crumbling. I just think you have to admit that you're going through stuff.
Yeah.
You have to deal with this.
Admit that you're.
Yeah, and like we really don't see that in a lot of places. Like it's really, I didn't want to use the word fake because that's just thrown around. But it's very like we're okay, happy,
Yeah.
No,
like
it's
very.
Really not.
And I feel like that's also to some degree where the church has a disconnect with the world, because like we don't show vulnerability like that. There's other people and non-religious people that show more vulnerability than the church. So I feel like that's where we get the disconnect.
Yeah.
Because then we're like, that's how people are like, oh no, they must be like holier than thou.
Word,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that if we start seeing like, I think vulnerability as a form of like also strength as well and just acknowledgement. Like I feel like if that's what people see it as, I feel like you can be more connected in that way.
Yeah.
Like for example, there's this YouTuber that I watch, and like in
What's
the
the name?
last
Tell
year,
them. What's the name?
South African Google Ethwa. She's a South African YouTuber. So she's literally
Link in the
grown
description.
her she started her YouTube a year ago.
Yeah.
And she has like 50,000 subscribers in 1 year. But she literally gets like 10,000 new subscribers every month or every 2 months. But like I feel like that's because of how vulnerable she is. Like she's so real about her struggle. She's cried on YouTube videos, but not like a pity cry, but like stuff's real, like life's real type of cry.
Yeah.
And she's like so real about like everything, and I feel like that is what has caused her to naturally grow. You know what I mean? It's not like she's done like giveaways. It's not like she's done anything like special. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, tag a friend and you win like $10,000. No, it's just like her being transparent has seen like the rapid growth in like her YouTube channel. Not even through like vlogs, but just sitting down and talking about life. You know?
Yeah. I love.
So I feel like there's like the YouTubers like that. Like that's when you can be like, yo, that's organic growth. And like that's why she keeps literally growing. Like she literally celebrated 40K like less than a month ago, and now she's on 46, so she's 4K away from like 50,000. So I'm like, bro, like that's crazy that like that's what kind of inspires me to like be more vulnerable, just so it's like then you have genuine people that have seen you in all light but still vibe with you on like a real note. You know what I mean? Because like go.
No, I was just gonna say it's all about relatability. Like I don't want you to be vulnerable just to be vulnerable. Like I want to relate to you. Yeah. Because I find with like leaders or people that have led me that are more relatable and vulnerable, I connect with them the most, and I feel so safe in a space like that. Yeah. But where it's like people who aren't showing enough of themselves or just being open, you find it harder to connect. Yeah. And I think that kind of links back to how you're saying the church and like the world. Like I know it's like we're in the world but we're not of the world. Yeah. Is that is it?
Funny enough, in the Bible somewhere it says a broken spirit God has never put away. So God doesn't encourage us to be just strong. Like, it doesn't say, oh, you're not gonna go through anything.
Yeah.
Bro, Elijah was suicidal in the Bible.
Yeah.
And God acknowledges that as well. He acknowledges the weakness. You know, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are those who are, you know, all that type of stuff. The meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Yeah.
All of that stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's one of the traditions we have formed. It's not from God.
Yeah.
God encourages you to be open and say,
Exactly.
I'll cry because I'm going through it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's one
like
of those
the shortest
traditions.
verse, he wept. Like literally, like
Yeah.
literally.
And I feel like
Yeah.
people take that very literally. Like Christians take that really literally. That like we're only meant to be like we're set apart, obviously, but in a like it doesn't mean that we can't show characteristics such as vulnerability and relatability, because that's what God was. Like throughout the whole Bible, that's what God was. And like we're kind of taking that and taking like that verse and being so literal about it, where it's like,
no, we therefore miss the mark when we think that let's make sure we look good.
Yeah.
You look good before who? But our righteousness is filthy rags to God. So what are you flexing for?
Yeah,
You know
because
what I
you
mean?
actually can't bring people to Christ like that. You know what I mean? Like if you're not of this world, how can you, like in a way, like mold into like help bringing people to Christ, like molding into what the world is?
Yeah, I acknowledge you're human too.
Yeah.
I think.
And I feel like your genuine, like your personality, if it's reflective of God, is more effective than sometimes your words, but not the word of God, but your words in general. You know what I mean? I feel like your lifestyle and the way that
it's where your
you
heart
carry
is.
yourself,
Yeah.
like, is more reflective than your words. Because like I may not remember what you said, but I remember like who you are as an individual, and if that's reflective of God, I'll be like, okay, like I'm curious now, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus is the best example. Where in the Bible do you find that Jesus is just Bible bashing people? He shows them love first.
Yeah.
'Cause
100%.
people were drawn to Christ because of the love he showed.
Yeah.
If we're able to do that, then we become true disciples.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of let me quote you this verse. Sometimes just show them love.
Yeah.
Sometimes just show them that you care.
Yeah.
And that way you lead them to Christ. Because let's be real, like love is from God, Love is from God. And so if we're able to show that, then it's a step closer to God. Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's true.
Last question, See that crime before we finish, because we're about to skate,
Yeah.
How would you feel, or would you cry if someone took away? So you've broken up with someone.
Yeah.
Would you cry if they took away a 450,000 car from you?
I know. You're talking about sweetie. I'm dead.
That was complete.
I know.
How'd you feel about it real quick before we skate?
Wait, can I ask? Do you guys know if Quavo was paying off the car or he bought the car?
You definitely bought it.
I think he bought it.
I think he bought it.
So if he bought it, I feel like if someone bought me a car and then like we broke up, I feel like it's kind of petty to just take it away. Unless you were paying it off, and it kind of wouldn't make sense for you to keep paying it off for me.
Because you know, Sweetie also bought Quavo a car, like early on in the relationship.
And a watch.
Yeah, and a watch.
300. How much? I forgot how much it was.
I agree it's petty.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I feel like there's rules to gift giving. Like, you can't take back.
I mean, like, it's his choice if he wants to do it. I don't think she cares. Like,
But then, like,
That's 450,000.
Wait.
No.
he must have still been paying it off, though. Because that's the only way. Because you can't take back
I think he
something
was.
that...
It could be in his name, though. It could be in his name.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, but then why are you gifting someone things that are in your name? You know what I mean? Like, if I gift you something, like, if I'm giving someone a car, I'm going to put it in their name. So if I try to take it back off them, and it's fully theirs and it's fully paid off, that's stealing.
Yeah.
It's theft.
That is,
But if
That
it's
is
not,
true, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but if it's in his name still, or he's still paying it off, he can still take it back because he's still paying it off, or it's still in his name. But I still think he's paying it off because why would you just give something that's in your name?
Yeah, that's true.
I just think he was a dud because, like, Saweetie can't ask for it back. She can't. She really can't. She can if she wants to.
Yeah.
But now look at how you look. A big woman asking for a car back.
Yeah, no, I don't think like because the thing about Sweetie is she's an independent woman. Like she doesn't show off Quavo like all these other girls are showing off their man. It's like, and like she literally tweeted like gifts and like presents don't like it doesn't show how much you love someone. And that was her issue, I think, with Quavo is that he kept showering her with gifts after like, he would cheat on her. Because he's done it a few times, I've heard. And so she was saying that I don't care about those things, like, because love's more important. So obviously, it's not a big deal for her. That's the thing.
What's it called? The Migos. They're like, all of them on the same vibes.
The cheetah girls.
I know.
A funny ass meme I saw. It was like, I think Sweetie made a tweet saying like,
take care.
Take care or something.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And
take.
someone was saying, it's take care, not take the car.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could probably finish there if you guys have any other business.
No.
Finish there. Yes, this has been the Talk Podcast. Not sure if I'm leaning right. Make sure you can see the face, yeah? It's Talk Podcast, TLC. This is for culture, yeah? It's Grace, it's Laws in the building. Any shout outs you guys want to?
Product of my environment, black owned business.
Yes, sir. Show him, man. Move the mic out the way and show him.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll just make a video
Hey
afterwards.
guys, we're gonna tag me in the post.
Link in the description. Yeah. Go check the Linktree link on our bio on Instagram.
Yeah.
Our YouTube is the Linktree description will be there as well.
Yeah.
Go check out all our platforms and stuff. I'm thinking, because we have Twitter, no one really uses it like that. I could just post my thoughts and see how people react. No, it could be some outlandish stuff. We need to go viral.
You know what we should do? We should all be logged into the Twitter account and just tweet like crazy stuff. But no one will know which one of us tweeted it.
Guess.
It's like not on
Guess
You
who
guess.
it is.
Guess who it is.
But
We can have like a little competition.
Yeah.
I
Wait, I have a shout out. Let me find.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, for it.
Sweetie.
So today's shout out is.
Today's shout out.
Who is that?
Let me find the name. Our very own Grace Knipia.
Oh,
Man.
Well,
The
so-
VIVULI, is that how you say
Yeah.
it? The VIVULI?
Yeah.
She has a headscarf, like satin. Yeah,
Brand is
design.
coming
So-
out.
so
Coming
it's
out.
you.
So, yeah, it's
I'm
great.
thinking
Yeah.
someone that... Hey, hold that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
So yeah,
let's
shout
go.
out to that. So it's spelled on Instagram THEVIVULI.
Yeah.
So check her out.
Yeah.
Grace is dope.
Oh.
She's gonna kill it.
Next minute, we're just gonna
Thanks.
come with scarves on our head. Oh my goodness, I'm gassed.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks.
gassed. Not sick, bro. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was someone else, you know.
Nah, I think a lot of people think it's someone else.
Ah.
Wait,
That's
why'd you?
good.
Oh, because the way
No,
she's
'cause
promoting it.
Yeah,
was
the
like,
way she was promoting it was like, oh, maybe she's working
Yeah.
or someone sort of like
Yeah.
using her as a model or something. Maybe something's coming out.
Yeah.
It's okay,
True.
I see you.
yeah, you
It's
should
like-
probably tell people. Cause
Yeah, I think a lot
I
of
only knew
people-
because you mentioned it like a while ago, like the idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna clip this and use it. Use it as your. We're gonna clip this and use it. VIVULI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VIVULI. Oh,
VIVULI.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
I need one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The unisex,
Thanks.
yeah.
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 100%.
I'm gonna rock one anyway, man.
Nice.
If it's for women.
And more
Who
stuff
cares?
coming out, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Content and it as well.
Yeah.
More posts during the week. Check the story for any updates and stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you're notified whenever
Yeah.
we got it.
Remember
Love
that.
it. Remember it. Never forget.
Yeah.
It's a Talk Podcast, episode 17?
18.
17.
17.
17?
18.
Next week we're a teenager? Are we teenagers?
Guys,
next
it's 18, trust me.
17 teenagers.
Nah, but like, oh, we're legal. We become legal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we should celebrate.
18 teenager?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah,
yeah.
episode 17.
Oh, yeah, 17.
Um,
Ooh, I like the
yeah.
black.
The Talk Podcast. TLC
yeah.
stands for
Stands
culture.
for
Never forget it.
Remember
Yeah, it's been
that.
Josh, it's been Grace, it's been Laws in the cut. Go subscribe to the thing. I'm not gonna say it again, but we are out of here. Blah.
Of your history.